Arrival in Funchal, the heart of Madeira. The plane descended through a blanket of clouds, revealing the emerald green peaks and sparkling coastline of Madeira. As I stepped off the plane at Madeira International Airport, the warm, salty breeze welcomed me to this island paradise. A short drive later, I arrived in Funchal, the vibrant capital city, where colorful buildings cascaded down the hillsides toward the Atlantic Ocean. After checking into a charming boutique hotel in the old town, I wandered through the cobblestone streets, stopping at the Mercado dos Lavradores, farmers' market. The market was a feast for the senses, with stalls overflowing with exotic fruits like passion fruit and custard apples, fresh fish, and fragrant flowers. I couldn't resist trying a slice of bollo do caco, a traditional Madeira bread, served warm with garlic butter. In the evening, I strolled along the waterfront, watching the sunset paint the sky in hues of orange and pink. Dinner was a feast of espetada, grilled beef skewers, and black scabbard fish, paired with a glass of Madeira wine. The perfect end to my first day. Monte and the toboggan ride. The next morning, I took the cable car from Funchal up to Monte, a picturesque village perched high above the city. The ride offered stunning views of Funchal's rooftops and the sparkling ocean beyond. In Monte, I visited the Monte Palace Tropical Garden, a lush oasis filled with exotic plants, koi ponds, and intricate tile work. But the highlight of the day was the wicker toboggan ride. Sitting in a traditional wicker sled, I was pushed down steep, winding streets by two Carreros sled drivers in straw hats. It was equal parts thrilling and hilarious, and I couldn't stop laughing as we zoomed past colorful houses and startled pedestrians. In the afternoon, I explored more of Funchal, visiting the Madeira Botanical Garden and the Sé Cathedral, a beautiful example of Gothic architecture. As the sun set, I sipped on a refreshing pancha, a local drink made with sugar cane rum, honey, and lemon, while soaking in the lively atmosphere of the old town. Hiking the Pico do Arieiro to Pico Ruivo trail. Today was the day I'd been waiting for, the legendary Pico do Arieiro to Pico Ruivo hike. I woke up early and drove to Pico do Arieiro, the third highest peak on the island. As I stepped out of the car, I was greeted by a sea of clouds below, with jagged peaks piercing through like islands in the sky. The hike was challenging but utterly rewarding. The trail wound along narrow ridges, through tunnels carved into the rock, and past dramatic cliffs. Every turn offered a new breathtaking view, from the cloud-covered valleys to the distant ocean. After about 3 hours, I reached Pico Ruivo, the highest peak on the island at 1,862 meters. Standing at the summit, I felt on top of the world. Exhausted but exhilarated, I made my way back to Funchal, where I treated myself to a hearty dinner of milho frito, fried cornmeal, and fresh seafood. Levada walks and waterfalls. Madeira is famous for its levadas, ancient irrigation channels that double as hiking trails. Today, I chose the Levada do Caldeirão Verde, a trail that winds through lush forests and ends at a stunning waterfall. The hike was magical. The path followed the Levada, with water gently flowing beside me. The forest was alive with the sounds of birds and the rustling of leaves. After about 2 hours, I reached the Caldeirão Verde, a towering waterfall cascading into a crystal-clear pool. I sat on a rock, soaking in the tranquility and the cool mist from the falls. In the afternoon, I visited Santana, a village known for its traditional triangular thatched roof houses. I wandered through the Madeira theme park, learning about the island's history and culture, before heading back to Funchal for a relaxing evening. Coastal wonders, and natural pools. My final day was all about Madeira's dramatic coastline. I drove to Ponta de São Lourenço, a rugged peninsula on the eastern tip of the island. The hike here was completely different from the lush forests of the previous days. The landscape was arid and rocky, with sweeping views of the Atlantic Ocean and towering cliffs. After the hike, I made my way to Porto Muniz, where I spent the afternoon swimming in the natural volcanic pools. The pools, formed by volcanic rock and filled with seawater, were the perfect place to relax and soak in the island's beauty. As the sun set on my final day, I drove back to Funchal, reflecting on the incredible experiences I'd had over the past 5 days. Madeira had exceeded all my expectations, with its stunning landscapes, warm hospitality, and endless adventures. Final thoughts. Madeira is a destination like no other. Whether you're hiking along dramatic peaks, exploring lush forests, or simply soaking in the island's natural beauty, every moment feels magical. It's a place that stays with you long after you leave, calling you back to its enchanting landscapes and vibrant culture. If you're looking for a destination that combines adventure, relaxation, and natural beauty, Madeira should be at the top of your list. Herb sparkles.